Hey, Tom, very good to see you. This is a topic near and dear to your heart, the myth of retiring in a lower tax bracket. Don't steal my thunder again. We're going to walk through this. But I know that you say this all the time. If you do not have a tax plan, you do not have a retirement plan. And this often ignored facet of holistic planning can have huge ramifications. So let's just start at the top. I think
Sure.
that a lot of us assume that when we're in retirement, we're not going to have an income, so our taxes will be lower, but that is not necessarily true. Why?
No, it's not. And the reason is because you're going to have income. You're just not going to have earned income like you're used to during your working years. You're going
Hmm.
to have income, say, from Social Security. You're going to have income from your pension. You are going to have income from distributions from your 401k or IRA, your required minimum distributions that you're going to have to start taking at age 72. You may be taking income from other investments, dividends, interest, for stocks, bonds, things of that nature. So you're going to have income, but it's just the type of income that you're going to have.
Okay, and we are in a historically low tax rate right now. Tax rates
Right.
are set to go higher, possibly much, much higher. And for context, you supplied me with this incredible visual. What are we looking at here?
Right. So this is just a graph showing the highest tax bracket that the federal government has had since implementing the federal income tax amendment starting in 1913 to 2021. So what
Hmm.
this is simply showing you is in each individual year what the highest tax bracket has been. So during World War II, the highest tax bracket at one point was 94%. After World War II, late 40s, early 50s, it was still in the 90 percentile. For the whole decade of the 1970s, the highest tax bracket was 70%. And
Hmm.
so today you can see for the last 10 or so years, we've been in a historically low tax environment, even though maybe for a lot of us, we think we're paying a lot in taxes. If we take a historical perspective of it, we're not compared to past years.
Right.
And the one thing to be aware of is that averages always, numbers always move to their average. So if we're at
Right.
35 and the average is 57, the likelihood is we're going to see just based on that higher taxes. Now,
Right.
the graph you were just showing,
Yeah, this is looking forward, right? We were just
right? So
looking backwards.
right. So this is the Congressional Budget Office report from 2021. And what this is simply saying very quickly, I know it's hard to see,
Yeah.
is that within the next 5 years, the federal government is telling us today they will be collecting 30% more in personal income taxes than they are today. And maybe I shouldn't use the word collecting. The word is probably confiscating, right? So what they're saying is we're going to be taking 30% more of your hard-earned dollars within the next 5 years than you're giving us today.
Okay. All right. That really does help contextualize all this. So let's talk solutions now. What are some options to create tax-free income in retirement? One of them at the top of the list we've talked about many times before because it's a favorite of yours, Roth conversions.
Right. So the option really is to take action today, right? Is to start creating the tax-free vehicles or utilize the tax-free vehicles today so that when you are in retirement, then you are collecting that tax-free income. So Roth conversions, love the idea of Roth conversions. We know if nothing is done in Congress in 4 more years, we're already going to have a step up in taxes. We know that the Tax Cuts and Jobs Act is going to sunset, and we know that the tax brackets are going higher.
Hmm.
We have $300 trillion of unfunded liabilities and a $30 trillion debt. So there's nowhere for taxes to go but up.
Hmm.
Ed Slott, who I just was recently at a training with, he's famous for saying, any politician who tells you that we're going to cut taxes is just a politician that's really saying, I'm bad at math.
I like that. All right. Option number 2 here, health savings accounts. I've heard about these a lot, but I think they're
Right.
kind of underutilized, right?
Way underutilized. So a health savings account is another way to save income before taxes. But the great thing about these is when you use them for medical qualified medical expenses, then that money is tax free even while you're using it. So there is an opportunity to put money away pre-tax and get it out tax-free.
And this is where we remind people that in retirement, medical expenses are probably your greatest expense.
Absolutely. But, other than taxes, for sure.
Right. And so the last option, cash value life insurance.
You know, I love cash value life
do.
insurance. So when you utilize the mechanism of loans and from cash value life insurance, all that income that you're taking out of it is tax-free, provided you do it the right way, using the right rules. And so, but it's something that not every advisor knows how to do the right way. So it's all about the setup and it's all about the usage of it. So you need to really speak with a qualified person who understands the ins and outs of life insurance.
Well, Tom, I'm going to start calling you the Mythbuster. I enjoyed this one. If somebody has some questions about how to create, this tax-free income in retirement, what's the best way to reach you?
Always call us 973-394-0623 or by email tjoconnell@internationalfinancial.com. Always the best way to reach us.
Very easy. All right, Tom, thank you.
Thanks, Erin. Bye.